Hey, welcome back everyone to another devlog on Carry Me Melody. So this week I did a bunch of things. I tried to make the game look pretty again with some shaders. I made some new environments and I made some new music as well. So I'll start off with the shaders. I tried to make the leaves on the trees move in the wind, so you can see they kind of move up and down like this. But before I made that, I wanted to make a system where I can set the shader on each tile separately. So you see, if I draw here, it draws like normal. But if I select wind here in the editor, I can actually make it move in the wind like this. And yeah, it's just nice to have a bit more flexibility. So that's why only this tree is moving. This is the tree that I'm testing. But you can see there are some lines, some vertical lines, some horizontal lines, and yeah, it's kind of unpleasant to look at. So if we go up here, I actually made a little test, and you can see it really well in these test tiles here. It actually looks quite normal here, but when you have a more noisy texture, it's just very unpleasant to look at. So yeah, I can't use this. I need to find a solution for this, but it's actually doing exactly what it should do, but it just doesn't look very nice. So I'm not sure how I should fix this. So after being a tiny bit disappointed with the shader thing, you work on something and then in the end it just isn't good enough or it doesn't work. I've had this idea of a place in Japan. It's called Hokkaido, and there's some pretty cool birds there. I think they're called the red-crowned cranes or the red-crested cranes, I can't remember, but they have a really cool mating dance, and that's something I was thinking of putting in the game. Since the game is about music, you will have to play music and they will do their mating dance according to the notes that you play. So you kind of have to orchestrate a dance for the birds. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to do. So I wanted to make this wintry area. It's kind of a wetlands area. That's why there's this grass poking through the snow, this yellow grass, and there's this silver grass, I think it's called. I think it will look really cool once I get the shader working to see them kind of sway in the wind. And there's some mountains in the background, and then there's these birds. These are placeholders. This is not how the actual bird looks. It would be really cool if they looked magical like this, but they don't. They still look pretty cool though. But yeah, I'm just not sure how to draw this center field. Since it's a platformer, the game is mostly viewed from the side, but this has to be kind of a depth area. There has to be some depth here. And yeah, I'm not sure how I can visualize that. Maybe I should make it a bit less tall or something. I'm not yet sure, but with the actual snow and the mountains, I'm satisfied, just not with this center area. Then the next day I had a really good sleep for a change, and I went in the shower, and sometimes you just have one of those showers that you feel really inspired or really motivated, or you have some sort of revelation. And I felt really inspired by my own experience in Japan in the gardens that I went to. I really enjoy going to the Japanese gardens and the parks. And yeah, I just had an idea of how I wanted to visualize it. So here is the garden that I made. It's not finished yet, but you can see there's a really Japanesey looking tree. And there's a wall that you typically see in Japanese gardens here far in the background. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. It matches pretty closely to what I'm imagining. I'm mostly inspired by the Hamaryuku gardens in Tokyo, which are the nicest gardens that I've been to probably. And yeah, when I took the shower, I just had a really nice visualization in my head of how I wanted to make it look. So yeah, there's the grass here and there's some background layers that will do some parallax. Hopefully that will look cool. Then there's a bridge here, just like in the Hamaryuku gardens. And then there's this little tea house here, or this observatory area. Usually there's a place like this to take either shelter from the rain, or to just sit and look at the lake, or look at flowers, or look at something, I'm not sure. Initially this was actually supposed to be a tea house, so if I add some walls here, and if I add the doors here, you will see it starts to look like a tea house instead. When I made the tea house, I just wasn't satisfied with how it looked, but I don't know, now that I have a fresh look, the next day it looks completely fine to me. I'm not sure why I didn't like it, it looks fine now, so. But maybe I still prefer the other type of observatory area. It looks a bit more, I don't know, open, since it's mostly there for decoration. I think the player can walk here and maybe he can jump on the roof. Although I'm not sure with these shapes if that's gonna be practical. But yeah, since it's not gonna be an important object in the story or in the gameplay, maybe it's better to keep it a bit more open. So this world is gonna be all about platforming. This is gonna be the third world. The first world is gonna be the world that you guys already know. I can actually open it here. So yeah, this is gonna be the first world. It's gonna be introduction. There's gonna be some easy sections to introduce the player to the platforming gameplay, and then later on the bird will give the player something that I haven't revealed yet, but you will give the player something and then you will use that in the next world to make music. And yeah, the next world is actually gonna be not a snow world, but it's gonna be an autumn level, so it's gonna look quite similar to this, but there's gonna be more autumn colored leaves and maybe some different ground style sets, but mostly I already have the graphics for that ready. And then the third world is gonna be the garden, and it's gonna be more about platforming. The player will get a new platforming skill here, so you will use that in this level to get the different collectibles and stuff. I think after seeing 2 forest worlds, it's gonna be refreshing to see a different type of world or more open type of world. The forest levels are really busy with a lot of trees in the background, and this is a bit more relaxing. So yeah, that's it for this week. I also made some music. I'll play that at the end as usual. I'm not sure if I want to use the music in the game, but I wanted to practice some music making again since I'm quite new to that. So let me know what you guys think about that. So yeah, you know the drill. Let me know what you think about everything. What do you think about this world? What do you think about the snow world? Do you really think the shader is that obnoxious to the eyes? Let me know. And of course also like and comment and subscribe and share the video. It really helps the channel out. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys again next week.